Have you ever tried to imagine a world without paper? No books, no notebooks, no birthday cards, not even toilet paper? It's hard to picture, right? Well, for most of human history, that was the reality. People wrote on stone, clay tablets, animal bones, bamboo slips, and even silk. These were either incredibly heavy, fragile, or way too expensive for everyday use. But everything changed thanks to an incredible invention from ancient China that truly revolutionized the world. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of how paper was born. Before paper, the most common writing material in China was bamboo slips. Imagine taking a stalk of bamboo, splitting it into thin strips, and then painstakingly writing characters on each one. A single book could be a massive bundle of these slips, so heavy you'd need a cart to move it around. There was also silk, which was light and smooth, perfect for writing. The problem? Silk was a luxury item, incredibly expensive and reserved for the wealthy elite or important official documents. The world was desperate for a writing material that was both light and affordable. The stage was set for a game-changing innovation. Enter Cai Lun, a court official during the Eastern Han Dynasty, around the year 105 AD. While he's often credited as the sole inventor of paper, it's more accurate to say he perfected and standardized the process. Archaeologists have found earlier, cruder forms of paper, but Cai Lun was the one who refined the recipe and promoted its use, making it practical for widespread adoption. He was a brilliant administrator, always looking for ways to improve efficiency in the imperial court. He saw the problems with bamboo and silk firsthand and set out to find a better solution. So, how did he do it? Cai Lun's genius was in his choice of materials. He experimented with things that were considered waste at the time: tree bark, remnants of hemp, old rags, and even torn fishing nets. The process was a marvel of ingenuity. First, these raw materials were chopped up and boiled in water to break them down into a soupy pulp of fibers. This pulp was then mashed and stirred continuously to create a consistent slurry. Next, a fine screen, often made of woven bamboo or cloth stretched on a frame, was dipped into this vat of pulp. As the screen was lifted out, it caught a thin, even layer of fibers, while the water drained away. This delicate, wet sheet was then carefully transferred onto a flat surface to dry. Sometimes, it would be pressed to squeeze out more water, and then left to dry in the sun or over a gentle heat source. The result? A thin, flexible, and relatively strong sheet of paper, ready for writing. This new material was a sensation. It was lightweight, easy to produce in large quantities, and incredibly cheap compared to silk or bamboo. The emperor was thrilled with Cai Lun's innovation and promoted him for his contribution. Suddenly, knowledge was no longer a heavy burden. Scholars could write and carry their works with ease. Administrators could keep better records. The flow of information accelerated like never before. This was a pivotal moment in human history. The ability to cheaply record and distribute information is the foundation of mass education and cultural preservation. For several centuries, the secret of papermaking was closely guarded within China. The technique slowly spread to neighboring countries like Korea and Japan, where they developed their own unique styles of paper, like the beautiful washi paper. However, the rest of the world remained oblivious. The big turning point came in the 8th century during the Battle of Talas, a conflict between the Chinese Tang dynasty and the expanding Abbasid Caliphate. According to historical accounts, the Abbasid forces captured a group of Chinese soldiers, and among them were skilled papermakers. These prisoners of war were taken to Samarkand, a major city on the Silk Road, and were compelled to share their knowledge. From Samarkand, the technology of papermaking began its journey westward. It spread throughout the Islamic world, which was experiencing its golden age. Cities like Baghdad became major centers for paper production and scholarship. Libraries swelled with books on science, mathematics, and philosophy, all written on this new, affordable medium. From the Islamic world, papermaking technology eventually made its way into Europe through Spain and Sicily around the 12th century. Initially, Europeans were skeptical of this new material, preferring their traditional parchment made from animal skin. But paper's advantages were undeniable. It was cheaper and easier to produce. The arrival of paper in Europe couldn't have been timed better. It laid the groundwork for one of the most significant inventions in Western history, Johannes Gutenberg's printing press in the 15th century. The combination of paper and the printing press was explosive. It made books accessible to the masses for the first time, fueling the Renaissance, the Reformation, and the Age of Enlightenment. Ideas could now spread faster and farther than ever before, challenging old authorities and sparking new ways of thinking. Education became more widespread, literacy rates climbed, and the modern world as we know it began to take shape. And it all started with a simple idea in ancient China: to turn waste into wonder. From Cai Lun's experiments with tree bark and old rags, to the digital screens we're watching this on today, the journey of paper is a story of human ingenuity and our endless quest for knowledge. The next time you jot down a note, read a book, or even use a paper towel, take a moment to appreciate the incredible history behind that simple sheet. It's a technology that truly and quietly changed the world. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey through history interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the amazing inventions that have shaped our lives. See you in the next video.